Well, the record's been delayed. I think it's only been delayed twice. And the reason being is because we had booked this tour to come over here to Europe. And because we had booked the tour, I can't work on artwork or do videos while I'm over here. So this gives us a chance to, when I get back, to prepare more elements for the September release. We have been playing quite a few songs, actually, from the record on these past two tours, because we were in the States for about 3 weeks prior to this, so that we were, testing it out on the folks. So tonight, I think, it's a different set every night, so it sort of depends on how we're feeling. I would say tonight there'll be 3 or 4 new songs in the set.
I've heard that you are comparing the new album to Primus' debut album.
Well, I just think the feel of the record is similar to Frizzle Fry, and a lot of that is because of Jay Lane returning to the band. Jay Lane quit the band 1 month before we recorded our first record, so needless to say, a lot of those original drum parts were very much, well, they were written by Jay Lane, so he's had a lot of influence on those original recordings. Also, I just think the approach to the record is very similar to what we were doing back in the day, because back then we never thought we'd be on the radio, we never thought we'd be on MTV, because we just thought we were too out there. And then once we got on a major label and started getting these things, it was in the back of the mind. Whereas this record, we just wrote what came naturally from us. That being said, it has been 20 years and we have a lot more dirt and salt and whatnot under our fingernails, so I think a lot of the subject matter is, it's a very moody record. It's chock full of those characters that people are used to in my music or Primus music, these sort of dark but compelling characters that tend to be very tragic, similar to what you might find in like a Capra film or a Coen Brothers film. These characters they draw you in because they're likable, but there's a tragic element to them. You know what I mean? People asked me back in the day, because Primus had been going throughout all the 90s, how long are you going to do Primus? How long will you do Primus? And I always said, we'll do it until it's not fun anymore. In the end of the 90s, it became not fun anymore, on many different levels. On a personal level, we just weren't really clicking anymore. We were in different headspaces. And on a creative level, we were just stagnant. We were sort of regurgitating the same stuff. So in the 2000s, from 2000 to 2010, for me personally, it was the most prolific and creative period of my life. I played with many amazing musicians, did a film, wrote a novel. It was just a great period for me, growth-wise, as a player, as a musician, as a singer, even more confidence in my voice, which, I was always more of a narrator than a singer. So coming back to Primus in the 2000s, when we did do it in 03 and 06, it was more of a nostalgic thing for us, and there was no progression forward. So when the talk came of doing it again, I really wasn't that interested. But then, speaking with Larry, rekindling our friendship, and the addition of Jay Lane to the band has really fired up the creative juices again in all of us.